I'm not sure what guidance you need, but if you're watching this, maybe something, maybe you're sitting at home and you're stuck where you are currently and you have this method that you've been implementing every single day and now it's become a habit and you can't seem to break out of it. You got people around you telling you, giving you instructions on how to get out and what you need to do next, and you're stuck. Here's what you can do. Just do one thing. You don't have to do a lot. Just do one thing to break out of this. If you're a young man in his late teens or early 20s and you're kind of looking for guidance, there's a lot of options. So everybody says to you, everybody says, well, all you have to do is this, or then they'll give you advice based on their background, which was an entirely different time. And if your parents are in their mid 50s, which I guess could make sense, right? That's where I am. They're all going to have those great stories about how they did it, about how they were motivated, and it's just a different time. There's so much stimulation in your world. You see everything you want, and now you can even create anything you want online in the way of virtual universes, and you're going to have adults, older people, different generations telling you, oh my God, you have to experience life. You need to go out in the real world and see what that's like. Well, I'm here to tell you, the real world is a very dangerous and very ugly place in some circumstances. What they're meaning is they think that you should be breaking the shackles of being tied to this virtual existence that you try to perpetrate, that you try to live, that you try to make yours. Right now, we're not there yet where you can basically, just like those movies, where you are able to go to sleep and then dream for all this time, these really vivid dreams, and you know which DiCaprio movie I'm talking about. We don't have that technology yet, and even if we did, I don't know how great that would be as far as for health-wise, human being-wise, and all the other psychological issues that it would probably raise. The way that we've evolved over time or been created over time, the way human beings have existed, it's always been about challenge. It's always been about advancement. Since we developed the frontal lobe or were created with it, differentiating us from the animals kingdom, right? We have this drive. And I don't know if the best, healthiest place for you is where you are in your current state. Maybe it's okay, but there's no forward movement. You have to start thinking how long you're going to be able to maintain your current state. How long you're going to be able to live how you're living, where you're living, without any negative consequences. If you're fit and in good shape, because realistically, your body is the only thing that's going to take care of you over time. But if it's starting to break down in your late teens, early 20s, if you're sitting there super fat or even a little bit fat, then there's issues. If you have no physical fitness in your world, that's something you might want to pay attention to. So this is probably a good video for you to watch. If you don't have any movement, if you're sitting there and you play video games from the time you get up and surfing social media, doing all these other things until the time you go to bed, maybe you're vaping, maybe you're doing other things as well that are creating issues with your ability to breathe and your ability to make general movements and bend over and tie your shoes if you even put your shoes on. Those sorts of things should be addressed. And I would recommend a couple different ways to do it. You have time set aside every day, whether it's on purpose by a schedule or by programming because you've done it a certain way for so long. You just naturally do it the same way every day unless there's some kind of interruption where you have to do something for somebody that they're telling you that you need to do. One of the things I would do is just cut out a little bit of your normal schedule and do something else and pay attention to you and your physical body. See if you can maybe get that in better shape and bring that under control. That's really going to be a first good start for you. And you don't have to do a lot of it, but I would just cut out as you're playing your games every hour and 30 minutes. Get 5 minutes in there to do something and grab yourself a couple dumbbells. You probably have the money. You can probably borrow it. Get to Target or Walmart or one of these stores and grab yourselves a couple dumbbells. If you're male, probably maybe a set of 10-pound dumbbells or 15-pound dumbbells should be great. And then just start doing things. Have your timer set every hour, hour and a half. And you at least need to adhere to this. Make sure that time, even if you're in the middle of a great fight, a great game, a great experience, you have to honor yourself enough to make that rule stick. And just by doing that, I know it sounds like a lot, especially if you're right in the middle of the best game you've ever played. You owe it to yourself honoring enough to obey and do that. Don't do it because I said it. Do it because you owe it to you. You have to look at it that way. This is your price to pay for what you're doing online, living the lifestyle you're currently living. This is going to make that lifestyle even better. So what you do is get yourself those dumbbells. And when that timer goes off, you're going to have to say, everybody, excuse me, I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to do some self-care. And you can start doing some things with the dumbbells. Look up online, some curls would be good. Behind the head tricep extensions would be good. Shoulder presses would be good. Some lateral raises would be good. Some upright rows with the dumbbells would be good. How many? Well, do them until you can't do anymore. If these dumbbells, you're pretty strong and you can peel off, 50 repetitions of curls, then do 50 repetitions of curls. Just hit those body parts every once in a while. You don't have to do more sets. Do it till you can't do anymore, till it gets really difficult, and then put them down. You're going to be really sore the next day, especially if you're doing this every hour, devoting 5 minutes every hour. You're going to be incredibly sore. But again, that's showing you that you've done something to really change yourself and modify your body. So just do that. It's a little bit of self-care. It's all you. Do it for you. Don't do it for anybody else. And just play that out for a couple weeks and see how you feel. And let me know how you feel. So don't wait till tomorrow. Go ahead and start now. If you don't have dumbbells, if you can't leave the house to go get dumbbells and nobody can bring you dumbbells, that's fine. Get 2 things that you can hold in your hands that have some weight to them. Maybe 2 bottles of water. Let's start there. That's going to be maybe a poundish. I don't know what a 2 16-ounce bottles of water. If you're a Diet Coke drinker, that's a whole nother discussion, but maybe that would be good as well. Mountain Dew, Code Red, whatever that would be. Just something that you can give some kind of resistance, hold in your hand, and look up on YouTube shoulder presses. So you want to do this. Chest is good. You can just lay on the floor and do that. Curls, tricep extensions, shoulder presses, vultures, and then of course squats, right? So you're standing up, squat down and stand back up, squat down, stand back up. Can't mess it up. Do that until you can't do it anymore, and then just resume where you were before. You're going to be a little out of breath, you're going to be taxed, but that's going to actually add to the gaming experience, because now you're going to be sucking wind, and it's going to be like maybe you're actually in a real fight if that's the type of game you're playing. I'm Connor with Honor. We'll see you in the next one, and let me know how this helps. Just give it a couple weeks, and then we'll take it from there. Take care.